Lou, obviously you all played a pretty good game defensively. So how do you, I don't know, grade it out when 98% of the game you did what you're supposed to do in that last drive is probably not what you wanted?
Well, I think it just doesn't come down to one or two plays. I think there was a ton of other plays that could have been made prior to that by us to maybe not get in that situation. But ultimately, the ball's on the 37-yard line. We can't let them get what they need. And, we can certainly all do things better, me included. But it's unfortunate. I thought the guys played hard and, we had left some couple plays out there that could have made a difference in the game.
Chap.
Lou, what's the uniqueness of McCaffrey?
Well, I think he does as well running it as he does catching the ball. Just a terrific athlete, very, very savvy football player. He's in the tops in the league, both in catches and rushing attempts. So he presents such a huge problem, and the offense obviously goes through him, and everybody knows that every week, and yet he still has his production. So it presents a challenge. He's a great football player, and we'll have our hands full with him on Monday night.
Just a quick follow-up. With a lot of great backs, if you take away the run game, you've sort of neutralized them. That certainly isn't. I mean, his pat. They try to get him out in space. Is that the whole goal with him?
Yeah, they do so many different things. Kyle has always been, one of the great coordinators in our league and certainly great head coaches in our league. And just the way they use them, the way they move them around, present different formations, both pre-snap and post-snap. One of the things that we have to be on top of, similar to last week, is the pre-snap movement and alignments that a San Francisco offense does provide you.
Thanks, Lou.
Joel.
Lou, with Jonathan Edwards kind of stepping into that starting role, what have you seen from him, to earn that? And just, kind of what have you seen from like Jalen Jones and some of those other guys?
Yeah, I just think that that's going to be a position. I think Jonathan went out there and competed, and he's a young guy and he's learning, and all these reps that he's getting are only going to help us and him in the future. Um, I just think we've been unsettled there for a number of different reasons at that position. And I think that there'll be a number of guys manning that spot as we go through the rest of the way.
Kevin.
Lou, what have you seen from Latu run defense wise? We talk so much about his pass rush. Seems like he's made a few plays though, run defense.
Yeah, he had a hell of a play to stop them on the short yardage play, and did a good job getting down and squeezing the C gap and just holding edges, and that's their job as outside backers and defensive ends. You want a guy to be able to set the edge and rush the passer, and maybe not necessarily in that order, but Latu has the ability to do both, and was pleased with what he did the other day. On the one sack that he had, they tried to block him with a running back, and that wasn't a fair fight.
And then when you get into those final drive situations and the other team has no timeouts, where is your balance in bringing heat versus you realize a tackle in bounds or two and you might just win the game?
Yeah, I mean, you had three plays. The first play, we were in a Jonathan was up pressed on the guy. Guy ran a good route, stopped, caught the ball for 17 yards, and we were a little bit on our heels right away. They clock it, catch another one for 8, and then they dirt the ball in a press situation, and they kick the field goal. So, there is a balance, but again, yeah, you could say it comes down to those three plays for sure, and it did. But I see a bunch of other plays on the field where maybe we shouldn't had even gotten to that situation. But I take full responsibility there. Certainly those last three calls, we got to do better and put the guys in a position where they can make a play.
Just a few more, Chap.
Yeah, I apologize for not doing my homework, but have you lost a game in your career without giving up a touchdown? I'm guessing maybe, but it's rare.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I'm not sure on that one. it's a powerful offense that we played. We got another powerful offense coming in this week. I think, again, I just going back to last week, we were able to make them a one-dimensional team. They only had 3 yards rushing at halftime and 2.3 for the game. It's the first time that's happened to them in a long time. It's the first time they haven't had a touchdown all season as an offense. And, we'll have to have the same effort this upcoming Monday night. So it'll be a big challenge.
You've touched on it, but no matter what you did, all the numbers, what you come away with is a little more. You needed just a little more. Is that how? That's what it boils down to a lot of times, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a stop before the half. It's a stop on fourth down to give us the ball at midfield. That we had an opportunity to do. So, I think you can look at a number of different plays in the game, but ultimately they had the ball at the 37, and it's our job to stop them, and we allowed them to kick a field goal, and that's not good enough.
James, last question.
Yeah, one more on Brock Purdy. I know the 49ers throughout the years, they win with whoever their quarterback, it seems like. But what makes him so unique and probably one of the better passers in the league?
Well, he's a better athlete than people give him credit for. He can really make things happen on the move as well as in the pocket. He's got a strong arm. He's very accurate. But we played him back in 23 when I was with the Bengals and was very impressed with him. How he was able to get himself out of trouble, maneuvering around and then making accurate throws down the field. So I think he's got a number of different things. He sees the field well, and he's got some really good people to throw it to. Obviously, between the receivers, George Kittle, one of the better tight ends of our era, and certainly McCaffrey. So.